How you doing, folks? Well, thanks for joining me. Today you find me west of the A9 just in from Dauphiny. So the hill that we're going to tackle is just up the back of me here, and it's called Geal Charn. It's one of quite a few Geal Charns, a number of them in this area, and it's not a massive ascent by any means. It's just over, it's just over 600 metres, and but there's a reason that I'm doing this hill today, and it's one that you'll see as a carry on with today's journey. So what we'll do is we'll push on and see how we get on, and everything will unfold, I'm sure. Well, I don't know how today's walk is going to be, or if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm just over a mile into the walk, and I've got a new pair of boots on today, and I've done the usual, got the feet measured, tried them on, felt good, and got them home, and for several days, for an hour up to a couple of hours a day, I was wearing them in the house rather than wearing my slippers, and it didn't feel too bad. Felt a wee bit stiff that it would take maybe a bit of breaking in, but I've just had to stop there and attend to both my heels, which isn't a great sign when you're just over a mile into a 6 or 7 mile walk. But I'll carry on. I'll give it another bit and see how we go with it. But this could be a brutal day for what should be a nice little walk. But we'll see how it goes. Every now and then as I head up here, I'm getting a little breeze, which is great. It's pretty mild, it's not roasting, but it's a nice temperature for walking in. But the wee beasties are out, the midges are giving it their all, so anytime you stop to take a picture or just to catch your breath, they're on you. It's just a little bit of a difference the breeze makes. Keeps the little beggars away. We're moving up through the wee river down to a left hand side. It's in a bit of a spate. It's not a heavy spate, but there was some torrential rain yesterday. Today is just the runoff. Fortunately there's no major crossings to be had, so I should be okay. But we're gaining height slowly, walking up through the heather, starting to burst into flower now. The purple's just coming out, another week or two and it should be sensational. But it's starting to make a show, nonetheless. Well, that's round about 2.5 miles or 2.7 miles in. The walk itself, it's very, very straightforward, to be honest. It's a gentle climb so far, just up the side of a small river, and then one of these little tributaries. So we've got maybe about another mile or so until I get to the top, or well, supposed to talk to them, doing a detour. The views to the back of me though, it really is beautiful. And that was one of the glens that the General Ways Road, or one of the General Ways roads passed through, going from Badenoch over to Speen Bridge. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? We're now on to the, if you want to call it, the summit ridge. It's actually quite a wide ridge. Just under 200 metres left to go, and as we kind of broke over the ridge, you see just to the northwest there's a fair size of wind farm, and certainly got a good day for it today because there's certainly a wee breeze up here now. But not long to go. But that's me just come over the ridge, and you should see in front of me there the summit cairn. So another couple of 100 metres, and that's distance wise, and that's me. That's me on the summit here. As I said, it's a little bit breezy. What we'll do, we'll take a wee 5 minutes round the back of the cairn. That's me on the summit of Geal Charn, and it's a lovely walk. It's just I've been a lot of pain with my heels. Maybe a schoolboy error not breaking them in enough before I left, or I definitely stopped early enough to tape them up, but just in this occasion it's not been enough. I think I mentioned earlier on, the reason that I'm doing this hill today is I have to take 3 sets of soil samples for the Hutton Institute, and what they're doing is they've asked people like myself that are hill walkers to adopt a Munro or multiple Munros and take soil samples. So they send out a kit that consists of 3 test tubes, a map with grid references and instructions on how to take the soil samples and what they're looking for. So I've got 2 not too far from this summit, and then 1 over on a neighbouring summit just slightly lower down. So now is the time to take 5 minutes, and then I'll go and take the soil samples. Now my battery's running a wee bit low, so I may only video one of them just to give you an idea what it is that I'm doing. But it's pretty interesting. Last year for the Hutton Institute, I sampled 2 of the 5 Sisters of Kintail. And reason I chose name for I seen they were available was that was hills that I had wanted to do for a long time, and it was giving me the excuse to go and do them. It was giving me the push to go and do them, and that's kind of what happened here with this one. I've never walked in this area before, so it was one that kept on cropping up as I was sort of looking over the maps and things, and I decided that, well, it's ready for it's up for adoption for the soil samples, so I stuck my name in, and fortunately I got it. Anyway, I'll take a wee bite to eat and a drink, and then I'll get on with my work. But what I'll do, I'm going to give you just a wee 360 from up here, just before I go, so I'll turn you around and let you see. So for the wee 360, from the summit cairn, right over the top of the wind farm there, you're looking at the sort of Glenstrathvara hills. You're moving along to Munro and Glenafing through to Kintail. You swing round here, the closest one to is Craigmeggy. That's another one, I still fancy doing that. That's on my to-do list. Ben Alder is getting doused in water, the Alder range. We swing round, and right through in the distance there you can see the hills above Blair Athol, and then it's the Drumogter Hills. As we continue round in the distance there, and in the sun you can see the cairn going massive. Superb. Well, take two. The reason for take two is because I knocked the camera on into slow motion. Anyway, what I've done is I've come down to test point B. I'm doing that first because that's the furthest away, and then I'll catch A and C in the way back. So I'll spin you around and show you what I've got here. I've got my wee test kit, test tubes, my alcohol wipes, and my pencil for writing things up. I've got a metre square marked out with my walking poles, and I've got my phone, and that's on the grid reference. Now that grid reference there, 564988, matches up with the map. So my phone's given the grid reference just as confirmation. I'll now take a photo of that metre squared, and then I'll take a soil sample, and then this will get sent away to the Hutton Institute. And there, sample B. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm using an alcohol wipe just to clean the spoon. Making sure that there's absolutely nothing for myself on it. Just put that in the bag, nice and safe. Then pull back some of the grass and moss until I get to the actual soil. So it's only a very small bit that I need to pull back. So that's that out of the road. What I'm going to do though, because I used the spoon to get that out of the road, I'm going to give it just another wee wipe. Just make sure that there's no contamination there. Now, I need to make sure that when I'm taking the soil, it's going straight into the test tube without me giving it a hand. And what I don't want to do as well is actually push it down. Look, so I'm just going in, getting some of the darker soil, making sure that I don't touch it. Just gently putting it in. I'll try and get another little bit there. And that's it. Sample B taken. So we'll move over, we'll get sample A next and then down onto sample C. Well, that's me finished the soil samples, and it's time to make it back to the van. And I'm certainly not going to beat the rain, because I'll show you the now over my shoulder, coming in right towards me from Dromogta, Ben Alder, the Craig Meggie. It's it's wet. Anyway, I reckon about an hour and a half, 2 hours back to the van. My heels, I'm better going down the way, but any incline at all, my heels are in bits. I'm scared to take my boots off again, in case I don't get them back on. But anyway, mission accomplished. Tom Cruise move over. It's been good. Painful, but good. So, we'll see you back at the van. Hi folks. So, that's me back at the van. I've got a quick change, a wee bite to eat, a wee cup of tea, which I'm still drinking, and I've been through the photos and getting the details just so that I can write down on the sheet that I returned to the Hutton Institute. So that's it there. Now, what this has on it is the date that I've taken the soil samples, the times of the photos that I've taken the soil samples, and just any notes. So what I've done, I'm just submitting 3 pictures of each metre square and a copy of the grid reference for it as well. So I'll package that up now, and that will get posted back to the Hutton Institute. And then it'll be one more for me to do that I'll probably pick that up in a few weeks' time once my heels have get back to the way they should be. I'll stick a picture on at the end just to show the the mess that they're in. They're a little bit worse than what I thought they were going to be. But anyway, it has been a really good day. The views from Geal Charn, as I said earlier, are tremendous. It's not the bonniest hill as you walk up. It's nice. It's a lovely walk. It's not too demanding at all for a Munro, but it's well worth it. When you get to the top, the 360 panorama is absolutely superb. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'm just going to get ready and bed down for the night after a little bit of relaxation. So just chill, and we'll see you the next time. Stay safe out there. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye.